Hello, it's Jeanette J Beauty, and today I'm here to go over one of my frequently asked questions. Now, between these two questions, I get asked a lot, which is, I just did a big chop. Now, what do I do? How do I take care of my natural hair? What direction should I be going in? And so forth. Also, I have other women asking me that they're in the transition shade. Should they do a big chop? They're thinking about going natural or returning natural. What should they do? How should they take care of their hair? How should they start? They don't know if they want to get another relaxer or not. So I tend to get these type of questions all the time. So instead of answering everyone one by one, I just thought I would compile a video that will go over what you should expect when transitioning to doing the big chop or returning natural, or you just got a big chop and now you want to know what to do, because natural hair and relaxed hair is definitely different. I used to relax my hair, and now that I'm natural, I definitely see a big difference in my hair, the quality, the texture, what I have to do, what's important, what's necessary, what's mandatory. How do I really get my hair thriving the way it does? And that's another question I get asked all the time. How do I keep my hair so healthy, so vibrant, so radiant looking? And the answer for that is really simple. It's really taking care of your hair, really being on top of your hair. When you go natural or just transitioning, phasing into being all natural, you really want to take care of your hair the best that you can. Natural hair does require a little bit more work than relaxed hair. I know this firsthand, so I can really give my opinion on how being natural has affected me and what I do differently than when my hair was relaxed. In this video, I'm dedicating it to all those type of questions. I really hope that I answer a lot of your questions. If you have more questions or need a little bit more help, please comment in the comment box below and I'll make sure that I answer you. So let's get into the main video. Now, I know that there's so much on the internet, there's so much research, there's so many pages, there's so much information about natural hair and what there is to really know, and that's really good, and it can also be a bad thing. It's good because there's so much information and you can really do a lot of research and kind of build your own thoughts and how you want to proceed about being natural. And on the other hand, it could be bad because there is a lot of false information out here, and there's information that will steer you in the wrong direction. So it's really important, if you are researching on the internet or books, that you get a lot of information that matches up. So it's not one book is saying this, one book is saying that, this is saying something else. You really want to have the information that you take and apply to be really similar and not to be too confusing. I started my natural hair journey in November of 2014. I got a big chop. Even if you follow other people on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, on other social media, you can also mirror them and kind of see what they're doing as well. That helped me a little bit, and I know when starting the natural hair process that it could be really, really confusing. So for me, it's a little bit different. Yes, I was scared. Yes, I was hesitant. I was apprehensive. I was worried what people would think of me. I was really self-conscious of my appearance, what would I look like. But in the bigger scheme of things, I really thought about my hair. I really thought about the health, and what really did it for me is I went to the beach and I told myself I'm not getting my hair wet. I didn't bring any hair products with me, and I was so convinced that I was not going to get in the water. But of course, having two children, I went in the water with them. My hair did get wet. So I ended up having to go to the store in a rush and buy different hair products. Back then, it was just such a struggle for me because I was thinking I have my really good products at home, the products that I use, that are products that I know that are working for me. And here at the store, they don't have all of that. So I had to find something that matched my natural hair and also the relaxed ends. And looking at my hair when I washed it and I conditioned it and deep conditioned it, I really saw my beautiful curls at the roots and also the straggly hair at the ends. And like I said, I didn't bring anything. So I didn't have my blow dryer, I didn't have my flat iron, I didn't have my combs, I didn't have anything. I did not bring anything with me because I really thought that I would just put my hair in a bonnet, I would be set, I would be good. So I was doing wash and goes the whole week, and I can really see my natural hair looks so amazing. It was so beautiful. And then on the ends, it just did not look good at all, and that's really what did it for me. I came back home and my mind was made up. I just want to get rid of all of this and do a big chop. I wanted to get rid of those straggling ends. I really like the convenience of doing a wash and go and just to be able to go outside and not have to do the whole routine of shampooing, conditioning, deep conditioning, blow drying, flat ironing, wrapping, just the whole process. It took me an hour, 2 hours sometimes, and I just like the convenience of doing something else. So with this in mind, my mind was made. There's nothing else that was going to turn me back. I love to be comfortable. I love convenience, and that was convenient for me. That's what did it. I said, yes, I'm going to do the big chop. And sure enough, a couple months later, I did the big chop, and that was one of the best decisions of my life. And my hair has definitely grown, and I really see a major difference. I'm so happy with my hair. I love my hair, hands down, and that's it. So for the newly naturals, women thinking about going natural, transitioning to be natural, one thing to think about is if you do want to do the big chop or you just want to transition. The big chop is basically when you get rid of all the relaxants, the heat damage, any of the hair that is dull, that's lifeless basically. It's like starting over. You're starting fresh, you're starting new. Also, you can transition, and I know a lot of women do this, say their hair is really long and they were perming it or pressing it or just causing damage to their hair, not taking care of it, but they don't really want to do the big chop and go from long hair to short hair. So they'll just go little by little, do trims, do little cuts until all of the relaxed ends, all the damaged ends are gone. This will take a little bit more time, but definitely whatever you're comfortable with, that is the main thing. You want to be comfortable with your hair, you want to be comfortable with your appearance, you just want to have all that confidence within yourself. So transitioning is better for you. Do that than rather go for the big chop and then regret it and then have bad feelings about it in the long run. So those two are definitely something to think about. So whether you do the big chop or transition, you're going to have that natural hair, the natural roots. One big thing that you need to make sure you do is moisturize your hair. Now, water is definitely by far the best moisturizer that you can have. So properly moisturizing your hair is definitely a major component in having healthy hair. Because of the kinks and curls in the natural hair, it's more difficult for the natural oils to travel down the hair shaft and keep the hair pliable and nourished. So with this in mind, it's imperative to moisturize your hair to prevent it from drying out. Whether it's spritzing your hair daily, every other day, every other couple days, and just listen to your hair. If your hair feels drier than normal, you can spritz it with a little water, maybe comb it out, and seal it with some oil. Just please do not just put oil in your hair and think that you're moisturizing your hair, because you will just seal in the dryness, and this is not a good look. So if you have finer hair or thinner hair, there's some great oils to use, like jojoba oil and grapeseed oil. And if you have thicker hair, you may want to use coconut oil or shea oil, just a thicker oil, because your hair is going to drink it up literally. I know some people who have thinner and finer hair and they love jojoba oil. I know some women, they love coconut oil. Some women can't use it. So it's really on how you use it, how much you apply, and also make sure you apply water first. Do not just apply the oil and expect your hair to be moisturized, because oil is not a moisturizer. And if you're going to buy a moisturizer, look at the ingredients. The first ingredient should be water. This is how you really know that this product is a moisturizer. If it says it's moisturizing and it has, say, glycerin or petroleum as its first ingredient, or even petroleum is bad anyway because it's going to clog your scalp. So just make sure when you're buying moisturizers, the first ingredient should be water. Also, if your hair doesn't really retain moisture or it's hard to get the moisture in, one of the things that you can do after you spritz your hair with water and apply the oil, you can put a shower cap or a bag on your hair and sit under the dryer for a little bit. This process will definitely work. This is how I do my deep conditioning treatments, and I love it. My hair feels nourished and conditioned each and every time because I use a shower cap and heat to really trap and lock that moisture in my hair. If you don't moisturize your hair frequently, you will notice a lot more tangles and breakage. Developing a good regimen. Now, a regimen doesn't have to be so complicated, but definitely looking up, researching, what does your hair need? How is your hair? Is your hair more on the drier side? Is it on the oily side? Or is it in the middle? My hair is in the middle. It doesn't really get dry and it's not oily. But a regimen could be as simple as what you're going to do throughout the week, or how you're going to take care of your hair for the month. Now, for me, my weekly regimen consists of washing my hair once a week. So on wash day, That consists of a pre-poo treatment, shampoo, conditioner, and deep conditioner, followed by the lock method. And the lock method is a leave-in conditioner, or oil, and also a cream or a butter. For some women, butters are going to be too heavy on my hair, so anything from a styling cream will work just fine for me. And since I've been doing the LOC method, I've noticed that my hair definitely holds in a lot more moisture. My hair is healthier. I don't have to do so much to my hair, because I know with natural hair, some people can make it seem so hard, like it's such hard work, and how you have to spend hours and hours and hours throughout the day doing certain things. But if you really get a routine and a regimen going down, then this will come easy to you. It came easy to me once I looked and I researched, how does my hair react? What does my hair need? What can my hair do without? Of course, through trial and error, I found a great regimen for me that works really well. So like I said, once a week, I do the pre-poo, shampoo, condition, deep condition. And right after the deep conditioning treatment, I'll do the LOC method on my hair. Also, another good thing to keep in mind is doing protein treatments. I have a video on my channel about the Afro-G protein treatment, and I'll link it below in the description box. And I really like this treatment because I really feel my hair is stronger after doing it. So with this treatment, they recommend not to do it before 6 to 8 weeks. I will only do it if my hair feels like it needs it. And one sign that your hair needs a protein treatment is if your hair feels mushy, or if it doesn't feel strong, it doesn't feel like hair. And at one point I was doing nothing but co-washing, and co-washing is simply just washing your hair with conditioner. And there's also products that are co-wash, which are specifically like a cleansing conditioner, and that's when my hair started feeling really mushy. So co-washing isn't necessarily for me. Some people love co-washing their hair and it works great for them, and maybe they'll shampoo their hair once a month and that works for them. So going back into a routine and a regimen, that is something that you want to look for. Now the next thing is detangling. My hair doesn't get tangled easily or quickly. Some women, their hair gets tangled easily or quickly. My suggestion is really taking your time detangling your hair, so you don't cause any unnecessary breakage or anything like that. You can wet detangle, you can dry detangle, and you can damp detangle. So with dry detangling, it's basically when your hair is dry and you want to make sure you start from the ends and you work your way up. Also, damp detangling is when you take a little bit of water. You can put some aloe vera juice in there for extra conditioning in your hair while you're detangling, and just spritz a little bit on the section you're working with and just comb your hair from the ends. At a wet detangling, that's when your hair is completely wet, and that's when you detangle. A lot of naturals, they like to wet detangle, so they'll drench their hair in water in the shower and use conditioner to detangle their hair all the way. When you add the conditioner, like a moisturizing conditioner, you'll notice that your hair is a lot more easier and manageable to either finger detangle. If you use a comb, make sure you detangle with a wide tooth comb. Also, I get asked, what product should I use? What type of product should I use? And this is a very good question. And I would recommend to use a type of shampoo that's best for your hair. So if your hair is dry, I would definitely recommend a pre-poo treatment. And this is a treatment that's applied before you shampoo your hair. Ever since I did my pre-poo video, I've got a lot of comments. I got a lot of feedback. People come to me, tell me that this has really changed the condition of their hair in a positive way. So definitely remember, there are treatments for you that you could do prior to washing your hair. It's very simple. You can pre-poo with just the oil. You can add several oils in and apply that all through your hair. Even put a bag and sit under the hooded dryer for 20 to 30 minutes, and you'll notice a big difference in the health of your hair. So with shampoo, you really need to assess the health of your hair and look at it. If your hair is dry, get a shampoo that's formulated for dry hair, whether it's extra hydration. Like for me, I have some shampoos that say repair on them, and they're especially formulated for people that just got their hair colored. And this has definitely helped me because that extra nourishment is definitely what my hair needs after being color treated. Look at the ingredients and see there are healthy ingredients, that they're not filled with a lot of chemicals. Really assess the health of your hair. If you need a repairing shampoo, shampoo, if you need a hydration shampoo, if you need extra moisture shampoo. Those are keywords that you need to look for when picking a shampoo. Also, same applies to conditioner. If you notice that your hair is really thick and coarse, then picking a thick and heavy conditioner is really gonna be your best friend. Pick products that are gonna work with your hair and not against your hair. Also, when you apply your conditioner, if you feel like you have to use way too much, or if it's really not working, then that's definitely a sign that your conditioner or even any product is not working for you, and to pick something else. Also, a deep conditioner. Deep conditioning is so important. Now, I know some women deep condition, they make their own, and that's good too, because it's really what your hair needs. People use eggs, they use oils, they use so many different products in the kitchen and have a natural do-it-yourself deep condition, and it really works fine. For me, I buy most of my products. I do make some, but for the most part, I buy a lot of the products that I have. So when choosing a deep conditioner, I look at the ingredients, I look at what it has, reviews, what it's formulated to do. I apply the deep conditioner in sections and comb the deep conditioner through my hair. Sometimes if my hair is a little drier than normal, I'll add an oil to it and put a plastic cap over top of my head and go under the hooded dryer for 20 to 30 minutes, really depending on how much TLC my hair needs. For me, using leave-in conditioners are really good. I noticed that using a conditioner that's formulated to be left in the hair really helped me a lot. It really helps condition and nourish my hair. And the choice of oil I choose is also important. Like I said, I like coconut oil, jojoba oil, olive oil. Also, using essential oils are great. Now for the C of the LOC method are creams. So I'll use a cream, like a curl cream or a twisting cream or like a styler. Anything like that is fine for me. Now, I just touched on essential oils, and essential oils can be really great for natural hair. Like tea tree oil is really great if you have an itchy scalp or if you have dandruff. Rosemary oil helps with cleansing and also has vitamin B, iron, and calcium. Lavender oil would definitely have to be one of my favorite oils. I really like the smell. It's mild and it's also soothing. Promotes hair growth and prevents hair loss. This oil helps moisturize the scalp, and it also balances sebum production. Now, sebum is a natural oil that our scalp produces on a daily basis. And lastly, I want to talk about patience. I know a lot of women, they do the big chop and they're starting their natural hair journey. And for some women, they just really want healthy hair. And for some women, they really want longer, more voluminous hair. For the women that want longer, voluminous hair, I would say patience and consistency is key. So when I say consistency, I mean really doing more of what your hair loves. So if that's doing more pre-poo treatments or deep conditioning treatments or the certain products that you know that your hair loves, continue to use them. Like when I say patience, your hair is not going to grow 5 inches in a month. So it's really important to be realistic with your hair, but overall continuing to do good treatments, continuing to take care of your hair, keeping your hair moisturized, using the right products, your hair will grow, and also you'll retain moisture and avoid your hair from breaking off. If it looks like your hair isn't growing, remember that there is shrinkage. And shrinkage is definitely something that's inevitable with healthy hair. So say for instance, my hair may look shorter, but if I pull my hair, say like this piece, and I pull it down, you can see that my hair is like right here. Just know that it's a sign of healthy hair. And one last thing I want to mention, I know so many women that return natural or in the natural process or trial and error or product junkies are buying products that they see they want to try, and then they complain that this didn't work or they wasted their money. And natural hair products can be quite expensive. Some of my products range from the $30s to $80 that I buy. So I understand that products can get pricey, but when you are trying a product and you're not sure about it, I would definitely and highly recommend that you look at their return policy. And for some of the stores I do shop at, they have a customer 100% satisfaction guarantee return policy. I don't mean to abuse it, but say if you use it once, you didn't like it, you can still return the products. And a lot of companies are like that, where you don't get penalized if you didn't like the product or you're not stuck with the product. And that for me really helped me. Natural hair products can add up, and if you're unsure, if you don't know, and the return policy is if you open it replacement, there's no return, then that's really a big gamble. But other products, like I mentioned, that are in the 80s and up are products that I know I love. So I know that these are a lot of tips and this is a lot of information. I really wanted to make a quick video on getting started with your natural hair journey. I get asked this all the time, basically every day. And I really wanted to have a video for reference that I could just tell people, oh, I have a video on my channel. It has so much information that you could just check that out. And this is really what this video is dedicated to do. So if you have any further questions on topics that I mentioned or didn't mention, just ask me below in the comment box and I'll make sure to respond. So until next time, stay beautiful.